Regis, weren't you supposed to fight Oscar Duarte?
I was.
What happened right there? You pulled out.
I got hurt in camp, but now I'm in camp. I'm out here in Vegas. Obviously, I'm fighting on the same card now, August 2nd.
Him and Kenneth Sims, right? I think.
Kenny Sims. I'm gonna fight. Yeah.
What do you think about that fight? You want the winner?
Kenny obviously Kenny trained him too, so we train together. So if Kenny win, obviously I wouldn't. You know, if Duarte win, obviously that's what I would want to go to. But if Kenny win, then it don't make sense because we all train together, train the same gym.
So are you staying at 140? Is that where you're at?
Right now I'm gonna stay at 140 until if something come up, then if something big come up, then maybe go to 147. But right now, like I feel like I'm gonna stay at 140.
It looks like all the big names are going up to 147. That division's heating up. Big fight, Devin Haney versus Brian Norman. Did you see their altercation in New York? What'd you make of that, man?
Yeah, I saw it, dude.
They Gorgonio'd Norman with the...
I saw that, yeah. I saw he put his shirt over his head.
Leave his butt.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what dudes get paid to do, right? I guess with Devin Haney, bodyguard, he get paid to do that shit.
So he did his job, the bodyguard?
I don't think he should have did that, but at the same, maybe he shouldn't have pulled his shirt up. Maybe he should kind of separate him. But I think that's his I think that's like Devin's friend, and it's his bodyguard and it's his friend. So I think that's why he pulled his shirt up and shit like that. So,
Shushu, what'd you think of the situation, the altercation between Devin Haney and Brian Norman?
Oh man, it's going. How can I say? Help hype up the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely a good matchup in my opinion. I do feel like Devin Haney is at this little crossroads situation in his career right now, where he needs to, build up more confidence to get back into his old ways. And then Brian Norman, he's on fire. He's on super fire right now. Both of their styles is kind of like entertaining to watch. I would say like obviously Brian Norman more than Devin Haney, but Devin is just more tactical with his footwork. He's smart. He has a lot of experience as well too. So we gotta see how like Brian Norman will be able to deal with that.
What do you guys make of the Roy and Floyd beef? It kind of came out of thin air here.
Yeah,
I don't know what the heck that was about.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no comment on that. That was just random.
Roy said Floyd put out some videos. He's watching him get knocked out, and he said he wanted Floyd at 190. What do you think? Floyd versus Roy at 190? Is that too much for Floyd?
It's like two uncles at the barbecue. That's like my mom and brothers. My two uncles now. You'll get that. Leave them alone. Let them play. Let them fight how they want to. You don't get that.
Stay out the way.
I stay out the way. Let them be what they gotta do. Bro, it's like your two uncles. Leave them alone. They gonna be friends after you stay out that shit.
Yeah. They was both legends though, man. In their prime, they were both great. Who was better in their prime? I guess. Who was just like.
I mean, to be honest, in my opinion, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about, physical ability, by far Roy Jones. If you're talking about accolades and greatness and everything like that, it's by far Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, both guys, they're great in their own right and they're legends, man. The game, and it's just, what they've done, both of them, it has to be respected.
Yeah. Prime-wise and career-wise, who did better, or is it they just both?
I mean, listen, if you had social media back when Roy days, bro, he'll be the biggest superstar on the planet. With the things that he did, it was just unbelievable what Roy did. But like Shushu said, bro, like accolades, Floyd beat the most world champions in history. You can't go against him, you know what I'm saying? So it goes like that with him. Roy was just athletically gifted. He was just so damn good. He went all the way to heavyweight. He was just so good, you know what I'm saying? But Floyd had the longevity route, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, he beat the most. It's hard to go against somebody that beat the most world champs and retired from this hard ass sport undefeated. So,
speaking of longevity, Manny Pacquiao at 46, he's stepping into the ring this Saturday. 16-year advantage for Mario Barrios, man. What are your thoughts on that? How's that gonna play out?
It's always gonna be a treat to see Pacquiao fight. He's always an action-packed fighter. Now with the matchup with Mario Barrios, I feel like it's gonna be a great fight to watch. You got the youth versus the OG. And I feel like when it comes to Pacquiao, because of his style, he's gonna always have this something like basically a type of fighting approach to where it's always gonna be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So Barrios gotta really watch out for the things that Pacquiao's come for.
Yeah. What do you think at 46? What does Manny have in him? And what percentage of Manny has to show up? 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 to beat Barrios?
Bro, like to beat Barrios, maybe like a 60% Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know he is real old now. He's getting older, but Pacquiao he a legend. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's so good. He a legend. The only in the history 8th division champion in the history of the sport. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to go against him. But you said 14 years?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
That's
46
a lot.
and 30.
That could be his son. You know what I'm saying? He could be fighting his son. So it is a lot, but it's hard for me to go against that. I'm a student of the game, bro. I always just love the historical fighters, and Pacquiao is really a historical fighter. You can go all the way from the 1800s and you can still put him in that book, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard to go against that. So I still roll with Pacquiao.
Last thing, speaking of historical, Canelo, Crawford's looking like it's going to be a historical event on Netflix, man, September 13th. What do you guys think of that matchup, man? Crawford hasn't fought since last August. He's jumping up 2 weight divisions. Your thoughts on the matchup?
And I feel like the time to take for Crawford to fight from then to now is needed because, like you said, he's jumping 2 weight divisions. He already has his body to get adjusted to that. I definitely feel like Crawford has a style to be able to, beat Canelo Alvarez. I'm just worried about if the extra weight will make him heavy on his feet. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what the changes are going to be shown with the next fight. But I do feel like, Canelo's power and his size is the obvious advantage. And also when it comes to his experience too, he's fought everyone damn near. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's gonna be a tough fight, but I'm going for Crawford.
What is your thoughts?
I go Canelo. It's great little man versus great big man. Usually the greater big man, they usually win.
Canelo said that. I'm going to show you what happens when a great little man goes up and challenges a great big man. He said something
like Mel. Same thing with Mel. I see what he talking about, like the skill wise. Like Crawford, great, bro. You can same thing. You can put him in historical wise. You can put him as one of the greatest fighters ever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like with that size difference, like Mel went up and he fought with Mel when they was facing off before that. Mel was the twin. He was looking big. He was looking bigger than Canelo. Everybody was like, damn, like Mel look big. But then it's always on fight night, you can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like Crawford never fought nobody that. He never fought nobody that big. He probably spoiled a lot of people that big, but he never fought nobody that big. And I think on fight night it will be a difference. But I do think that I feel like he has the style to beat Canelo. Because obviously, you got a Floyd, you got a Bivol, you got Laurel for me. Even Trout was giving him like some problems and stuff like that. You gotta know how to box him and stuff. But how can he take that punch? That's the only thing about it. Like in 12 rounds, most likely you're gonna get hit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big, strong ass dude. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I go Canelo. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford start early and start out boxing. But then Canelo, he got that game changer. He really does. So I still got Canelo.
Shishu, I think June 25 on the Sanders Zayas fight, right? You're on that 26, yeah. No,
it's July 26th.
Yeah. All right,
you already know, man. It's a Shishu show coming into New York City. We're gonna take over once and for all for Top Freak's last fight on ESPN. And yeah, man, we sending away real right with a performance like mine. Everybody tune in to ESPN. Y'all not gonna want to miss it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thank you, guys.